so the story for Seven Psychopaths follows Colin Farrell's character, Marty, who is a screenwriter who is really trying to figure out how to write this screenplay for a movie called Seven Psychopaths. There you go. And he's having a hard time. He's pretty much having writer's block. Who's going to be Seven Psychopaths? What is it going to be about? Which of them are going to be about what? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. How he's going to end it. Just having a hard time straight up. And while that's happening, he's also having a hard time evading the mafia, pretty much. Because one of his friends, Sam Rockwell, and his partner, Christopher Walken, are dog nappers who they go around watching people take their dogs when they're not looking, and then when they put up a help, like not most wanted, but like a poster for their dogs, like saying, oh, we'll give you a reward or something, then they return them and act like, hey, is this your dog? Oh, your dog was missing, here you go, and then they get money from that. So that's their whole little business. Sam Rockwell, being the dumbass that he is, he takes the wrong dog from the wrong person, because this person, of course, is like a head of a mafia family, and he is played by Woody Harrelson, and he will do anything to get his dog back, because he loves his doggy woggy, and he will go and murder a bunch of people for him. So yeah, now Christopher Walken, Sam Rockwell, and even Colin Farrell, who was joined into the chase from a little incident that happens in the film. I won't spoil it, but now they're all on the run and trying to get away from this mafia guy just because they stole the wrong dog. So that's really the plot there. And also, oh, does Colin Farrell have the ability to finish that script? I don't know. You'll find out in the movie, I guess. I think the story here is so genius because it's just a little thing that happened. They took one dog and people die everywhere. And it's just a great story with some great funny characters. I mean, Christopher Walken, straight up, he's hilarious in this film. And he's supposed to be the guy that's the non-violent one. Even though he is a psychopath in the film, he's the non-violent one. He's the cool, collective-minded one. But he is hilarious in this film. And it's Christopher Walken, of course. You can just laugh from the way he talks. But no, that's not the reason why he's funny. It's because he says stuff that's hilarious. Colin Farrell in the movie is great as well. He has a couple moments where it's actually really funny. But of course, he's supposed to be, like the poster said, the seemingly normal one. And for the most part, he is, except he's an alcoholic in the film. That's about it. But yeah, he is the normal one. And Sam Rockwell, oh my god, I love Sam Rockwell. I saw him in Moon. I always thought he could be an Oscar-winning actor. Now, I'm not saying this is an Oscar-winning role, but I will say this. He does insane pretty damn good, because at first he just seems a little oddballish, not really insane, but later on, he is the definition of a psychopath, because I don't want to spoil what happens, but really he becomes a psycho, and he's completely fantastic in it. He's hilarious. There's this whole part, actually, I'll talk about that in the comedy portion when I get to it, okay? But really, he's great in this film. You got the rest of the cast in the film who do great jobs. You got Woody Harrelson, who's one of my favorite actors out there, and a great comedic actor, and I love him, and he's great in this film. You got Olga Kurylenko, who barely in the film, to be honest, which was kind of saddening because I actually do like Olga Kurylenko, and she's barely in movies nowadays, at least ones that I see. And she's on the front poster, but she's in it for about a minute, really. In it for a minute. But no, she's barely in it. But whatever, she did okay for the minute she was in it. God, every time I say it, it sounds terrible. In it for a minute. Abby Cornish is also in the film. She plays Colin Farrell's girlfriend in the beginning, and she's pretty much gone after 40 minutes of the film. She comes back a little bit later just to show her tits, but that's about it. Show her tits, but that's about it. I'm not even trying. I'm not. But she's okay. Her tits were great. I give those a thumbs up. I give her performance, but she's an okay job. I like Abby Cornish, so whatever. You got Tom Waits, who I always love seeing in films, and he's great in this film. He's probably the strangest of all the psychopaths here, even though Sam Rockwell, is probably the best of the psychopaths. I would say he looks like a psychopath, definitely, and he's great in the film. And yeah, there you go. There's the acting. I thought it was, superb all around. I thought very positively of the story and the acting. Did I have a huge problem with the rest of the film? Well, I'm going to tell you right here, okay? The comedy in the film, because it's mainly a comedy. I mean, it has its share of other things, which I'll talk about in a second, but it's mainly a comedy film. And I gotta say, this movie had me in stitches almost the entire time. It's so freaking funny, especially from Christopher Walken and Sam Rockwell. They are just perfect in this film. Sam Rockwell has this whole part, which I was going to tell earlier. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say this. Sam Rockwell has this whole moment where he's he's not trying to explain anything. He's like pretty much doing the motions of explaining something that he wants done in the film. Not gonna spoil it, but there's a whole part where he's doing that, and you're seeing the visual interpretation of what he wants done, and it's brilliant. It's so funny. It's so funny. I laughed my ass off, and I was in a theater that was jam-packed, which I was very happy about. You know, jam-packed theater. Thank you. Only if we can get people not to jam-pack the theater when it's like Twilight or something. Then we'd be set. I would have faith in the human race. But it was jam-packed, filled with young people too, which is good because they actually know good movies, I guess. And it was hilarious. It was a great scene, and everything else is so funny too. It's a very well-written movie. I can't remember the director's name. Oh my god. The guy that did In Bruges did this film, which I thought In Bruges was a great film with Colin Farrell. Very funny, very darkly sad at parts too. And that kind of follows the same thing here. It's extremely funny. The comedy definitely works, but at times you can even get pretty damn sad. And I don't want to spoil that too, but it can get sad too. It can get pretty emotional. And I don't even want to say that because then you'll be thinking, oh, then what happens to this character, this character? You gotta see the film because it surprises you at times. It really does. And it's very, very sad at times, very, very funny. I mean, oh my god, this movie's so freaking hilarious. One of the best comedies this year, definitely. And it has a great story with a very unique plot device to it where they just stole a dog and all this shit happened. I don't know. I just thought the dialogue, the script itself, the direction was fantastic. I love this film. I thought Seven Psychopaths was an amazing film. If I had a problem with it, there's times where it gets a little slow, and there's times where they do this flashback type-ish storytelling a little bit too much, but for the most part I thought it was still a fantastic film. I'm going to give this a 37 out of 40, definitely one of the best comedies this year, and there you go, 2 movies that, well, I ain't gonna spoil it, but yeah, I'm gonna spoil it. 2 movies I loved today. I'm so excited I got to see those in a row. Look forward to more reviews coming up soon. I hope you enjoyed this review and Sinisters. Thank you, and goodbye.